Welcome to Insightful Leaders, an initiative under Thoughts on Education by collegedunia.com. So today we are having Professor Dr. Kamal Gansala with us. He's president of Graphic Era University, Dehradun. So I would like to introduce him.
Hello.
So, Professor Dr. Kamal Gansala, an engineer with doctorate in computer science, began his illustrious journey 26 years ago with the computer center. He was armed only with his vision of making quality technical education available to the students. It was philanthropic mission which culminated in the formation of the Graphic Era Educational Society, encompassing 2 universities spread across 3 campuses in Uttarakhand, catering to 10,000 students annually. He is an edupreneur in the true sense who relentlessly strives to make quality education across multiple disciplines easy accessible to all. His honorable efforts have been recognized both at national and international platforms. He was conferred the Best Manager of the Year in Science and Education sphere by the Europe Business Assembly, Oxford City, UK. As the as the president of Graphic Era Hill University and the chancellor, he believes in the principle of leadership by example and continues to teach and interact with students. He has rich teaching experience and in one of the leading experts in the teaching of computer-aided design programming languages and data structures. His excellence can be gauged from the fact that he presented many papers and received recognition at various international conferences and seminars such as Denmark, Croatia, Johannesburg, Turkey, London, Paris, and Bangkok. He is truly the global Indian. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
So let's begin, sir. So, being chairman, chancellor, and the president of Graphic Era University, what is your philosophy of leadership, and how would you like to describe your leadership style?
See, first of all, you are addressing me with different type of designations. So I like to be addressed because I am a professor in Graphic Era University. First of all, my first immediate goal is to say spread education, quality education, and I get energy by taking classes. Okay.
Yes,
so
sir.
Basically, because in educational institutions, see, it should be teacher-centric and student-centric.
Right.
Student-centric more and then teacher-centric after that.
Right, sir.
And I enjoy teaching. And if you like to know what is our vision or what do we want to do, see, basically, we just want to grow through students. Okay, we want to work hard on students. Whatever students we get, we work on their improving, enhancing their quality. We work hard on their communication skills and all other things, extracurricular activities, curricular, say whatever teaching skills they require, whatever dynamic programming and programming is required. Programming is required nowadays in every branch of engineering. So we work hard on our students and then we grow through our students, okay, because our students are really performing well.
Right, sir. So, very well, sir, and it's great to know that you're still indulged into academics and teaching till date, and it's a very good thing that you never leave your old habits. Okay. So, moving ahead, how do you tend to establish a healthy relationship and an environment in your university?
See, our target is that for every student, say, joining Graphic Era and journey of 3-4 years in Graphic Era, it should be a memorable, enjoyable journey.
Exactly.
Okay. And right from, because I'm staying inside the campus only, right from morning walk, football, cricket, and evening badminton and daytime teaching. So teachers, chancellors, everybody is participating in every activity. And we make sure that every day becomes a very enjoyable day for a student. Because, nowadays a lot of competition is there. There's a cutthroat competition. So you must enjoy your work, then only you may excel.
Exactly, sir. Exactly. Very nice, sir. So, what are your some of the biggest challenges you see both for higher education in general and Graphic Era University specifically?
If you see this year's NIRF ranking, so we have figured amongst top 100 universities of India. In fact, amongst top 100, we are the only university from Uttarakhand. Okay, so that brings more challenges to Graphic Era. And then we are at position number 89 as far as engineering categories required. There also, after IIT Roorkee, we are the first one. Nobody else is amongst 100 universities from Uttarakhand. So now we have to further improve our ranking, and our goal is that within 5 years we have to come in international ranking, QS international ranking. We
Very nice.
should be there amongst at least first 1,000 students of, first 1,000 institutions of the world within 5 years, and within 2 years we should be amongst first 50 institutions of India.
Very nice, sir. So, what challenges you see in higher education in general scenario, right?
Okay. See, talking about challenges, see, in India, we need to concentrate more on research because we are doing very less research as compared to other countries. And that is hitting our manufacturing sector also. If you see in manufacturing, we are not able to compete with China. Why is it happening? Because we don't invent new things in manufacturing. We don't invent say things which are less costlier than other countries. Okay, that's why our manufacturing sector is not improving, because we are not doing enough research in our engineering students or science students. They are not doing enough research which may improve everybody's life. Okay, even if we are doing research, so our research is limited on papers only. Okay, it's not never coming in practical aspects. Okay, so we need to, as a country, as a group of universities, we need to improve a lot on our research. Okay, so if we have to grow from here, then we have to improve our research.
Very well point, sir. So very well point. So, what are some of your plans that you're currently designing for Graphic Era University International Affairs?
Okay, again, the same thing. First of all, we need to improve our research. We are doing every year. See, our number of papers published with Scopus indexing are increasing. In fact, we are multiplying every year. This year, if there are 200 papers, so next year we have a target for 400. Next year we have a target for 800 papers. Right. And then we are going for a lot of patents also. Okay, so we are applying for a lot of patents, and we are encouraging students for doing research also, and patenting their ideas also. Okay, we are working hard in consultancy. Okay, because the students from the university and teachers, they should work hard. They should go to different industries and they should find consultancy projects. So we are working there also, and we are massively creating online content, because now we are eligible for online teaching also, because we are amongst top 100 universities of India. So we'll be starting online courses also. So we need to develop a lot of resources for online, because if you ask me what will be the teaching scenario after 10 years, so I'll say there will be no classroom after 10 years. Teachers will come to institute, they will record their lectures, or they may come this type of question answer online sessions, and students will only come for validation or maybe some practical validation or for final degree collection to the institution. So all classrooms will be converted into studios. Okay, so we need to develop a lot of digital contents.
Right. So, but do you think, bringing proper classrooms to digital is the right thing, specifically in India? Because I don't think so in higher education specifically. Without a human touch, you can, teach a student or, grow a student just sitting digitally.
See, you have more flexibility if you are sitting digitally. I'll just give you my example. See, I'm teaching data structures.
Mhm.
So if I'm sitting in Dehradun, then at the most in every semester, I may teach 600 students. But if I go digital, then I may teach 6,000, 10,000 students. See, in lockdown only, I've recorded some of the lectures, and those lectures are having more than 10,000. Okay, people have seen those lectures. Okay, many people have appreciated. So if a teacher is a good teacher, then he may help students of other institutions also. They may also see his
Right.
lectures.
Right.
Okay, so your range increases, and now I said, see, the coming era is of digital technology, digital learning, but it is of say simulation also. See,
Mhm.
most of the practicals will be performed through simulations. Okay, so lot of experiments will be simulated, and for final validation or for, you say, for human touch, they may come, and they may, first of all, they will be performing using simulation, then finally they will be doing on live machines. Okay, but most of the things will be done through simulations. Okay,
Okay.
okay, the students will get say more opportunities through simulations, because
Right.
normally what happens, there are constraints. If you talk of physical machines, then there are constraints. Okay, how many students, how many hours you can learn on those machines. But if it is through simulation, then you may say practice as much as you want. Okay.
Right. And it's very good to know that COVID has at least helped us bringing digital acceptance very early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that way, it was good for India, because what happens in education industry, see, there are some teachers who are above 50 years of age,
Mhm.
and they have a resistance. They say human touch is required. Will not adopt digital mode. So, due to COVID, everybody has, okay, forcefully gone to digital mode, and many people, they have also realized now
Right.
that this is a very convenient mode. You
Yes.
just see in India, number of people who are going for graduation, see, the percentage is only 17, 18%.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to increase it to 50%, 55%, like developed countries. How will we do it? We don't have that much infrastructure. If you start creating physical infrastructure, it will be difficult. And then we are having people who are dropouts from the university system because they have taken a job. Now, if somebody has taken a job, then he has to do the job also. Then how will he enhance his qualification? Then he'll take a digital mode only. Okay,
Right.
so that
Exactly.
way also. And even if you have done your BTech, you are working in some company, you want to do MBA or you want to do MTech, so if digital mode is there, you can work also, and then you may enhance your qualification also.
Mhm. Right. Very right, sir. So, my next question is, a bit interesting one because,
Yeah.
with changing market scenario
Uh-huh.
these days, so it's very important for student and for the university to teach them new courses also,
Uh-huh.
right? Taking example of engineering, so when I was doing my BTech graduation, so
Uh-huh.
my university included few MBA subjects, marketing subjects in my seventh and eighth semester, so
Yeah.
that if I'm graduating from my BTech degree, I have a knowledge of management skills as well in me. So similarly, is Graphic Era planning to involve more such programs in their value addition programs or basic education which they're providing to students, not specifically in engineering, in all courses, so that the students can uh, get out with multiple skill sets.
Yeah. When did you graduate?
Sir, I graduated in 2017, sir.
2017. Okay, I graduated in 92. Okay, so see what happens nowadays. Even I have a good news for you. Indian government, they have see MHRD, they have also agreed that now a student may do multiple degrees simultaneously. Okay,
Yes,
because
that's
earlier a student was supposed to do only one degree at a time.
Mhm.
because they have also realized now if you are doing engineering, you should have a good knowledge of finance also. You should have a good knowledge of economics also.
Exactly.
Okay, now at times what happens, an engineering student is learning fine arts also because he may go to graphics, he may
Right.
go to animation.
Exactly.
Okay, so these type of skills, if you go abroad to some good universities, there also you see student doing BTech, he is learning economics also. So there are majors and minors. Okay, so he may select minors from other disciplines also. That facility is already there in graphic era, and students are taking advantage of that facility. They are doing it. So in future, in fact, people will be doing multiple degrees at a time. Okay,
Right.
now if you ask me what is the future of education, so in future now it is going to happen that a student does a course of data structure from graphic era. Okay, he does a course of artificial intelligence maybe from some XYZ university in USA, and
Mhm.
he does a course of digital electronics from a university in Korea. Okay, and
Mhm.
then what will happen, there will be courses from different universities and there will be credits. Okay, the university which has, from where he has earned maximum number of credits, that university will have binding of giving him degree. Okay, so that time is also going to come very soon, where you can select from which university you are going to do which course, how
Right.
many, okay, how many say points, or how many honors you are going to take from which university, and the university which is giving you say more credits, you, that university, there will be a binding that that university will be giving degree to that particular student. So that time is also going to come. So in short, if I say, see, the word is reduced. Okay, because earlier if I was in Uttarakhand, I was competing with universities of Uttarakhand only.
Mhm.
Then slowly I started competing with universities of India.
Mhm.
Now there is a global competition.
Right.
Okay, in education also, and while getting the job also.
Right.
Okay, I very much tell, if somebody is very good in programming, so he need not to be from IIT to apply in Google or in Adobe.
Mhm.
Okay, this year only one of our students, he got a package of 44 lakh rupees from Google. So
Very
not from Google, from Adobe. So last year it was 42 lakh rupees from Adobe. One student got a package of 55 lakh rupees from a US company.
Mhm.
Okay, so if students have skills, then they may be in any institute, they may excel from there. Okay,
Mhm.
because nowadays, see, through online you may apply, 2 3 rounds will be online only, then there will be physical rounds of interview. If you are good, then people will take you.
Mhm.
Okay, now if you may ask me which qualification is required, okay, with same knowledge, the person who is having the minimum qualification, he will be given preference.
Mhm.
Okay, so if
Right.
knowledge is same, so first one is BCA, second one is BTech, third one is MTech. So I think if knowledge level is same, then the BCA person will get preference. Okay,
Right.
continue.
Right. Very
We
nice, sir.
teachers speak a lot.
No problem, sir. No
Continue.
problem. No problem, sir. So, I am clearly able to see that you have, very easily adapted digital. So, right now the scenario is the students who are, you know, going to pass the 12th this
Uh-huh.
year
Uh-huh.
are doing multiple courses online. They are taking
Yeah, yeah,
multiple certifications online already.
yeah.
So the students, the prospective students who are going to take admission in Graphic Era University in coming months, is Graphic Era University going to consider those certifications as an add-on to their education? The students who have already done those certifications.
See, because this is a different type of scenario if you consider this year. Okay, uh, so I don't know whether the say the vice chancellors have decided it or not. Otherwise, what we do, we consider class 12th merit. Okay,
Mhm.
and we have a very flexible fee structure. A
Mhm.
person who is having more marks will have to pay less fees, and a person who is having less marks will have to pay more fees, or you may say he'll be sponsoring a person who is having more marks. So we have that type of flexible fees structure. You were asking me one more thing about specializations. Okay, students do come to me. They say whether I should do BTech Computer Science and Engineering, or I should do BTech Computer Science and Engineering with some specialization, say artificial intelligence or cloud computing or something else. So I just like to tell you one thing. See, I have done BTech Computer Science and Engineering in 1992. It means I had taken admission in 1988.
Right.
Okay. Today also, whatever new subjects are coming, we are learning those subjects and we are teaching those subjects. So normally what happens in an engineering college, the engineering college, first of all the engineering basics should be taught. Okay, that is the base foundation should be strong, and they should tell you, see, if a new technology comes, then they should tell you, they should make you a fast learner. Okay, and it should not be, you should not be constrained to a particular technology. They should teach you the art of learning a new technology faster, or I may say they should teach you how to analyze things. Okay, if you are able to analyze things, if you are open-minded whenever a new technology comes, because today artificial intelligence is there, so you won't say that this is the end of the world. After 4 or 5 years something new will come. I can't say what will come because we also don't know what will come after 4 or 5 years. Okay, so the institution should always, okay, they should always teach students how to attack a problem, okay, how to learn a new technology, how to analyze things, and the students should be open-minded. Okay.
Right, sir. Okay, so moving ahead, sir, so what would you like to tell students a specific, thing about Graphic Era University, or how is Graphic Era University different from other universities, and what new initiatives Graphic Era University is going to take in future or in coming days for students?
Okay, first thing, as of Graphic Era University, I started Graphic Era University with 29,000 rupees in 1993. Okay, so I am teaching, so they will be directly meeting a person who is the founder of the university, and they will be on daily basis, they will be interacting with me because I am teaching daily. I am playing badminton daily, I am playing cricket daily, I am going for trackings with the students, so they will have a regular interaction. So if they have any suggestion, then they are able to suggest directly to the founder of the university. Normally that does not happen in case of any other university. Right. Okay, so that is one thing. Secondly, I said I am friendly with the students, so I am equally friendly with my teachers also. Okay, so we meet on daily basis. Since I am teaching, I know what are their problems. Okay, so if we have to bring any changes, because technologies are changing very fast, so if we need to bring any changes, so we can bring changes with a very fast speed. Okay, that is our advantage over government institutions. If we feel now we require a supercomputer PC, okay, if we require a super personal computer, we may buy it within 15 days. In government system, it may happen that it takes 1 year, and meanwhile the say computer, okay, its configuration is changed, some other computer has come, and again it will take, say, the revising the approval will again take 1-2 months, 1-2 months. Okay, so our strength is that private institutions, we have limited resources, but we are very fast in taking decisions, and we are very fast in upgrading our syllabus also. We are directly in touch with industry. In fact, people in industry also know this is an institute where the promoter himself teaches, and I am very much in touch with many of the say people from the industry, and they directly interact with me, they directly advise me. In our advisory board also, there are a good number of people from industry, and whatever changes have to happen for the good, those changes happen very fast in Graphic Era. Okay, and one more thing, we are a student-centric institute, and we want that the experience of students with us should be an enjoyable experience. And we, on a regular basis, we conduct our alumni meets. In fact, we have conducted up to USA also. We have gone to USA and we have conducted there also. In India, every we are conducting alumni meets in Delhi, Pune, Bangalore. Okay. Bhimtal also, see the families of alumni, they come to Bhimtal, we go for trekking, we go for camping. So we are a family. If you join a Graphic Era, so you are joining a family, you are going to become a family member of Graphic Era, which is always going to be with you. I'll just give you an example. See, nowadays COVID is there. A lot of our alumni, they are working in Bangalore, they are working in Mysore, they are working in other cities, okay? Now they are coming to Uttarakhand. So now they have to go for an institutional quarantine for 7 days. In case of Graphic Era, they need not to go to any hotel, because for our alumni, we are having a dedicated facility where they can come. They need not to pay anything. They will get 24 hours water supply, 24 hours electricity, 24 hours very good, say, internet bandwidth. And those 7 days of quarantine, they can pass in our quarantine centers. Okay, so these type of facilities, and these facilities are extended not only to the students and alumni, to their families also. Their family members are also coming. So they become, if they join us, they become a part of a very big family. Okay.
Right, sir. A very great initiative, sir. Very great initiative, sir. Okay. So, moving ahead, sir, with the competition so high these days, so how do you guide your students to survive such competitive scenario? You know, because it becomes a very difficult for a student to, get through that mental pressure as well these days.
Yeah. So very first thing I say, whenever he is choosing a line or a career or a stream, okay, so first of all, he should go only to that line which he enjoys, only to that field which he enjoys. Okay, at times what happened, Papa is telling this, Mommy is telling this, so I'll take this. That should not happen. Okay, he should analyze what is the thing which he is enjoying, because nowadays there is a career in every field. Okay, he can go and excel in every field. Only thing is that he should enjoy, okay, working in that field. Now, if you are enjoying your work, then I say 50% work is done. Because if you are enjoying in your work, so you'll be able to survive cutthroat competition. You will be able to do better than others. Okay, so that is a basic thing. And while doing things, one should always realize, see, as far as achievements are concerned, as far as growth is concerned, see, that is a process, that is not an event. Okay, things happens in bit and byte. So everybody should set a daily target. And if I am setting a daily target, I need not to think about monthly target. Because on a daily basis, if I am achieving daily target, then I'll be able to achieve monthly target also, yearly target also, and finally I'll be successful. Right. So don't take a lot of pressure. Just see what can you do today. Okay, give your 100% in doing that particular thing. And whenever you will be joining all those links, then you'll make a successful chain. Okay, right. So that is the way.
Great, sir. So moving ahead to the last question. So I had 3 more questions in between, but you already answered those questions in.
See, that is beauty of a teacher. Okay, he should know what students want to ask. Okay, what is going on in his mind, so he should be able to answer it before a student asks the question. Okay, anyway, you are not a student. Okay, you are a professional.
I am a student.
You are a professional. Okay.
So very well said, sir. So the last question is, any last words or a message you would like to give to the students out there who are trying to reach out to Graphic Era University or are planning to take admission in Graphic Era University?
So this is a very different and difficult phase, okay, for everyone in India and maybe in some of the other countries also. Okay, so don't keep on blaming the government, that government is not able to control it. See, we have to control things on our own. Everybody is an individual unit. Okay, so everybody before sleeping should take steam. Okay, that is very much necessary if you want to avoid this virus. Okay, you should take vitamin C. Okay, you may take a lot of Nibu Pani also. Okay, and you may before going to a sleep you may take a gargle. Okay, all these things are important. If you do all these things and you follow the social distancing, so you'll keep yourself away and take a very good care of elders, your parents and grandparents. Okay, and we'll be able to come out of this phase if everybody does all these things. Now see, since this is a very different type of scenario, so in most of the boards the results are also not yet out. Okay, so be patient. Whatever subjects are remaining, just prepare for those subjects. Okay, this year the session is going to be bit late, around 2 months late for say students who will be joining first year of graduation. 2 to 3 months late. Maybe by September things will settle down. Okay, if things do not settle down, then maybe it may happen that 1 or 2 months we impart education through online mode, and then by say October, November things will settle down. Okay, hopefully things will settle down before 1st of September only. So we will be able to come out. See, you become great by facing the difficult circumstances also. Okay, so you need to prove your mettle here. Okay, so your patience, deal with things and go through this scenario. It does not come in everybody's life. Okay, although this is a very unfortunate thing, but we are fortunate enough that we are facing it and will come out of it. Okay, take a good care.
Thank you so much for such an insightful interview, sir. So this was Professor Kamal Ghansala with us. So thank you so much, sir, for joining.
Thanks for giving me opportunity. Okay.
Thank you, sir.